Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Royal. This is their part number PARH 45C in a US5 finish. This is a Parliament hinge is what this is. And Parliament hinges are neat little hinges. I like them a lot. I like them a lot because they're elegant. They are relatively petite, and they will handle not only standard applications, but applications that would otherwise require a wide throw hinge. And while these are really for cabinet hardware types of applications, okay, they're not meant to carry lots of weight because they're plain bearing, they're relatively thin gauge, they're small hinges. But when you have closet doors that are relatively light, when you have shutters, when you have wood accents that need to operate, small door applications, Parliament hinges can do that job very elegantly. Now, where I see these installed all the time is indeed in shutters. Not all the time, but when I see them, they're often installed in a shutter application. Why? Because they look great, number one. You're going to see that from the outside. Petite ball tip. Now, a shutter is generally an application that you have to have a wide throw hinge, meaning the vertical axis of pivoting is moved out so that you can take those shutters and wrap them out against a wall. So if you have an application where you've got a brick facade, wood frame, and a window, but you need to close those shutters off, you've got to be able to open that out to hold it open, but be able to get out and around that brick facade that you would have in a type of construction. Parliament hinges have existed for, I've seen them on installations that are over a century old, certainly well over a century old at this point. And this is shown in the US5 finish. Other finishes in order: US10B oil rub bronze, US15 satin nickel, 15A antique nickel, US3 polished brass, US26 polished chrome, US5 satin nickel. Antique brass. The only thing I don't like about Royal's version, and it's a relatively new development with them, is the enormous logo. I get it, and they have every right to be proud of their company because they're, in almost all instances, exceptional. Period, end of sentence. They are, in almost all instances, exceptional. And when they're not, they rise to the level of being exceptional. But gosh, I just think less is more with this. Anyway, that's my public service announcement regarding that, or my opinion. The material thickness, 0.109. 0.109 thick. They show it as 0.105. The caliper says 0.109. Let's give you some other dimensions. Overall width, about 4 5/8. That's where that 458 is going to come from in the part number. Height of the door portion, about 2 3/8, and you can study where the hinge locations are, 2 7/16 from the top of the hinge. First screw is 3/8. Second one is 1 1/4 to 2 1/8 on the bottom. Okay. Plain bearing. That means there's no ball bearings included in here. And that would be normal. Give you an idea of how to study that scenario. I mean, you can see that, this will allow you to get out and around a very wide condition. When your door is, or window or shutter or whatever it is open, you're going to have a lot of space inside of there, depending on the thickness of what you're dealing with. And obviously, we know with that being just 13/16, you'll be able to install that down to relatively thin items. You got all that room on the inside to be able to get that out and around. You might be able to clear 2 1/2 inch, that sort of dimension. Cabinets. What I find interesting is where you'll ultimately see Parliament hinges. if you ever come across an antique hardware catalog, you'll certainly see them in there. If you watch any movies that are, you know, basically just in the dawn of movies where there was, you know, audio as well, you'll see exquisite hardware that you just cannot see today. The base material is indeed brass. That's how you'll get architectural finishes out of it. And this antique brass is nice. I would have no real hesitation about this as antique brass. None whatsoever, actually. There is a lacquer over it, and that would be normal. And again, ball tips. There is a link below this video to a document called Template that will allow you to see all of the dimensional properties beyond what we've measured. The horizontal location of the screw holes in particular. Screws are included. They are not magnetic, so I'm tempted to say they are brass as well. So be cautious when putting solid brass screws. Make sure you pre-drill and use an excellent fitting, would probably be a number 2 Phillips. Okay, drive on that, but test that. Sold as per hinge, but they have to be ordered in multiples of 2 because they only sell them in boxes of 2. The price is per hinge. Just keep in mind, if you order 3, we're going to probably reach out to you and say, would you like 2 or 4 hinges? And that's not our limitation. It is our limitation because it's the way that the factory offers it, I suppose. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Cal Royal products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I'm partial to Cal Royal, and because they have a very diverse offering of high quality commercial and residential hardware, and it is wrapped up in the package of good customer service, prompt, reliable, predictable shipping lead times, things of that nature. Very deep inventory. They do have a minimum order, and it's stated up above in the order profile. If you're over that, you know, that's of no concern to you. If you're under that, we simply put it on our weekly stock order, or at least that's the routine at the time of making this video, and you'll get it. I can tell you this, their material is certainly well worth the wait. If you have any questions on the Cal Royal, this is their part number PARH-458C in a US5 finish, or any other Cal Royal product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.